What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 118. And we start today's episode off with some player training as I take out Gonzalez's drill and give it to Aya, as I want to turn this guy into the most beastie centre-back in the game as soon as possible. As we've seen at the start of the season off, he's been amazing since coming for Ferro in the Serie A, but either way, the quicker we can get him trained up, the beastier he will be quickly enough. The quicker he'll be even more beastier. And following that as well, the English FA came to me and said, do you want to stay on? And I was like, yeah, go on then. After winning the European Championships in the summer, I was tempted to lead them on a high, but then I thought, you know what, we've got the World Cup in 2 years' time. I'm going for that one as well. So yeah, we stay on as England manager, unsurprisingly. And also an academy update and a look at our fixtures for November, where in today's episode you can see all 5 of these fixtures in November in a big bumper episode to start the weekend off. And as it is the weekend for you guys, as this is Saturday morning for you guys, if you want to see a quadruple upload weekend of Career Mode, I don't even feel the need to say it now, because it just seems like you guys know what to expect. A quadruple upload weekend every weekend. If you get this video to 1,000 likes, you'll get it. We've not missed a single quad since the save began. All it takes is 1,000 likes. You guys smash it out of the park every single time. So do it once again and you'll get yet another quadruple upload weekend. Let's keep the streak going, baby. Can we keep the streak going for the entire series? That would be amazing, but we can do it this weekend anyway with 1,000 likes. Let's get it done. 1,000 likes for 4 episodes of Career Mode this weekend. But still, to start today's episode off, I thought I would show you how Sheffield United are getting on in the Premier League right now. As you can see, after their first 11 games, they're in 15th place with just 2 wins and 8 points on the board. It's been a really tough start for the Blades this season in their second full season without me. And I don't really know what's going on. I mean, you guys said in the comment section down below, quite a few guys have been saying, could you check out Sheffield United start the season off? I thought, yeah, we'll do that today, but I was really surprised and disappointed as well, because this is a decent team still. They have sold quite a few of their core players. Of course, 2 of them now play for us in Ivan Toney and Ollie Shaw, but there's still some really good talents there. Walsh is still there, Turnbull's still there, O'Connell's still there, Eze is still there, DCL, Morelos and McBurney are all still there, as is Alvaro Morata, who we gave to Sheffield United. So it's a bit disappointing how they just can't get it sorted right now. For those wondering where those other players have gone, Henderson is now playing for Real Betis with 99 kicking. Scott de Block is still playing for Fenerbahce after he left last season. Jordan Torunariga is back in his native Germany. He now plays for VfB Stuttgart. Jamal Lewis is at Old Trafford. He's now playing for Manchester United. So I was kind of sad they let Lewis go, because he was such a great versatile player for us. But either way, Lewis has gone as well. They've also sold Jayden Bogle. He's now playing for Liverpool as their replacement for Trent Alexander-Arnold, I can only assume. So Bogle now at Anfield. And also they've sold Andrew Pele, the French free agent who we never really got the best out of. He now plays for Rayo Vallecano in Madrid in Spain. And Zlatan's regen has also left as well. He's now playing for St Etienne in France. So yeah, quite a few noteworthy departures there. Obviously Scott left last season, we knew that. But Henderson's gone, Lewis has gone, Bogle has gone. Bit of a shame to see so many of the core players now leaving the Blades after we left. That's not what I wanted. I didn't want to see that. I wanted them to all stay together whilst I've gone. Of course, we were going to take Ivan and Ollie with us, and perhaps Barry Walsh, who in the end we left at Bramwell Lane. But I didn't want to see that. I didn't want to see Sheffield United struggling. I don't know what's going on there, but for some reason they're really struggling after I've left and Tony's gone and Shaw's gone. They've lost quite a few of the core players as well. That's sad, man. I don't want to see that. Hopefully they can turn it around. I guess we'll have to wait and see. We'll keep checking up on them, though, and see how they're getting on towards January, February time. Still, for the first game of the Big 5 in today's episode, playing through the whole month of November today, we'll take on Chievo Verona here in the Serie A, back at the Stadio Olimpico, on the back of our big, thumping 4-0 victory away against Atalanta. It's top versus bottom in this game. Chievo Verona right now, rock bottom of the table, one of only 2 teams without a win to start the season off. But in the first half, we struggled to create, and so often that happens in career mode as well. When you take it on a side who you expect to thump, you just don't really play very well. That was happening in this game. I was really struggling, but in the second half we did turn it up a little bit as we would get 2 goals early on. First it was Orsolini getting his first goal since the knock he suffered against Milan a few games ago at the Stadio Olimpico, and then Wan-Bissaka scored his second goal in, I think, 3 Serie A games. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, what a start to the season for him. He's already got an assist, I believe, and now 2 goals as well. Toney as well, brilliant awareness there from Ivan, and that's the sign of a more mature Ivan Toney as well. In seasons gone by, he never would have done that. He never would have held the ball up and looked for a support run, and no, he would have smashed it himself and tried to find the back of the net. Whenever he saw a sight of goal, he was like Terminator. You know, on the screen, and his eyes just said, shoot, shoot, shoot. But, you know, this season, he's looking to set teammates up, looking to play balls through. That's another assist for Ivan, and that's why right now, whilst he's still the top scorer in the Serie A, he didn't score in that game, but getting the assist for Wan-Bissaka there, who made it 2-0. He's also the top assist maker in the league as well, and great to see Aaron as well. 2 goals already for Wan-Bissaka this season. I'm so glad I opted to sign him from Barcelona over Donnarumma from Milan. It was a tough decision, but I think I made the right call. Anyway, big win there as we extend our winning run and remain top of the table, and for our second of 5 games today, we will now take on Ajax here in match day 4 of the Champions League, and after winning at the Johan Cruyff Arena by 2-0 on match day 3, heading into this fixture, we knew win this game and we've guaranteed qualification with 2 games to spare. Right now, we're 100% record for Roma. I was looking to extend it. We started the game off really well. We hit the post twice in the first half, so we were still deadlocked at 0-0 heading into the break, but really, we should have been 2 or 3 goals up. Had my finishing been better, we would have been 2 or 3 goals up, but in the second half, I knew if we kept our foot on the gas pedal, we'd eventually find break the deadlock and get ourselves in front. And with 23 minutes to go, the guy that got the goal to break that deadlock and draw first blood, yes, get in. He's got his first goal for the new club. It took a while, but now he's got one. Antonio Barida, man in from Empoli, the 6'6" rapid striker who reminds me so much of Arnold Chevalier, gets his first goal for Roma, finally scratches and wins us the game as well. 1-0 was the final score. Not the most convincing of wins. We had the chance, but the finishing wasn't the best. But you know what? A win is a win, and that means right now with 2 games to go in the group stage, as you can see, we are top of the group, 100% record, 5 points clear of Monaco, and now 8 points clear of Ajax as well. And that does mean we have guaranteed, due to the head-to-head ruling in the Champions League, we have guaranteed qualification with 2 games to spare. And I believe if we win on match day 5, if we win on match day 5, which is against Dynamo Kyiv at the Stadio Olimpico, that will guarantee top spot with a game to spare. So qualification already in the bag. 1 more win in our final 2 games, and that will guarantee top spot as well. So for our 3rd game of today's episode, getting through the pace real quickly today, aren't we? We take on Fiorentina away in Tuscany. One of the sides this season who started the season off really well. Right now, these lads in Florence sit in the top 4 in the Serie A, and very early on to the game, they stunned us and went a goal up. Romagnoli needs to get in the gym because he was out-muscled there, lost control of the ball, lost his bearings a bit, and Fiorentina went 1-0 up. So trailing by a goal early in this game and needing to respond, Orsolini then hit the side netting soon after. With 10 minutes to go in the half, Ivan Toney, well, I said this season he's looking like the same player as last season. Wrong, Doxy boy. He's looking like a different player this season because, again, he's a more mature Ivan Toney. He's not always looking to score the goals. He's now looking to set them up as well. He's now into double digits for assists with another one there as he rolls through Sandro Tonali, who scores his first goal for the club, and these 2 boys would link up for our 2nd goal of the game as we turn the game on its head right before the break, but this time it was the other way around. First it was Toney to Tonali, this time Tonali to Toney, runs through 1-on-1, rounds the goalkeeper with a roulette and puts it in to the open goal, and the comeback is complete in the first half. Fiorentina 1, Roma 2, and I just mentioned a moment ago there with Toney being a different player this season. This Roma team is a different team this season in themselves because last season, you know, we didn't really have the firepower to come back when we were trading games by a goal, but this season it's totally different. Even when we went a goal down, I wasn't panicking, I wasn't worried. I knew these boys would get us back in the game, and I'm sure at some point in front for the first time. In the second half we stayed in attack mode, didn't look to sit on our 1-goal lead like we would have done throughout most of last season. We continued to attack, stay aggressive, look for more goals, and we got 2 in the second half. First Tonali getting his 2nd goal for the club, let alone the game, as he made it 3-1, and then with 18 minutes to go, he's got his 2nd goal in 2 games, finally. Barai is now looking like the striker we saw last season at Empoli. Comes off the bench, makes it 4-1, and that was how the game would finish. Final score, Fiorentina 1, Roma 4. A thumping victory for Roma. Tonali's best performance since coming into the side at the start of last season. Obviously Sandro last year ruptured his ACL and missed the majority of the campaign. That's why we didn't really get to see his full quality, but in that game, it was absolutely absolutely superb, scoring 2 goals and setting up Tony's goal as well in a big 4-1 victory. And again, we just look like a different team this season. I absolutely love it as well because, last season, I'll be honest here, we didn't underperform. We only lost like 3 games in all competitions all season long, but I was just a bit disappointed with the way we played last season. I think the change of play style didn't help because with Sheffield United, we were a counter-attacking, fast-paced team that liked to stretch the play out wide. Obviously played 2 up top. We don't do that with Roma. We're going to play 1 up top. So it was going to take some time to adjust with a new set of players as well. Don't get me wrong, I do understand when you join a new team, it does take time for players to gel, but either way, I was still disappointed with the manner of some of our games last season where we slipped up in. But this season, I just love how aggressive we are. It just feels so great. So for our 4th of 5 games of today's episode, we will travel away from home to take on Cagliari now. And oh my goodness, for the first goal of the game, Ollie Shaw, what a cross by our number 3. That cross had more curve on it than Demi Rose Morby. I mean, that was incredible from our number 3 there. What a ball to the far post. Zaniolo turns it home. I think the goalkeeper could have done a little bit better at the near post. Got a little bit unlucky though as the ball deflected off his knee, then off his face into the goal as we made it 1-0 courtesy of the skipper. And the second half, in a game we had to be really patient. Cagliari were defending very, very well. Couldn't get that many chances. With half an hour to go, we would get our second. Ivan Toney played forward. First time strike by our number 9 into the far corner. Makes it Cagliari 0, Roma 2. So 2-0 the final score. Not exactly the most dominant of wins this one. This one was more of a slower paced game where I just couldn't seem to control the possession battle as much as I wanted to. Cagliari had a lot of ball, particularly in the first half, but in the end 2 goals were all we needed to get the win. And can we talk about Ollie Shaw as well this season? Last season I talked about Shaw and I said he didn't really do as good for us as I was hoping. He didn't get that many assists for us in the season. This season I believe that was his 4th or perhaps 5th assist already. He's been on fire. Defensively, he's been fantastic as well. And last season, yeah, I'll be honest with you, it was I wouldn't say a letdown, but a bit disappointing. Totally different story for Shaw this season. He's been a much, much, much better player. And that's the Ollie Shaw we saw in the last 2 seasons with Sheffield United and in the European Championships with England as well. I think that's what he needed. A good European Championship campaign with England to get himself sorted once again. So great display there by Shaw. Another win notched up for Roma as we remain top of the table. And for our 5th and final game of today's episode, it's match day 5 in the penultimate game of the Champions League group stage as we take on Dynamo Kyiv here, the Ukrainian side, looking to advance top of the group against the side that right now are yet to pick up a point in the group. Feeling very confident, rotated the majority of my side out of half a minute to go in the first half. I've told you before, it's his nickname, primed and ready. He just missed a chance a few minutes ago. He wasn't going to miss another one. Pina Monti has got to be one of the most consistent backup strikers I've ever had. Makes it 1-0, gets us in front in the second half of 21 minutes to go. Oh! When is it going to happen? Cristante puts that free kick just wide of the post. We're still waiting for our first free kick goal. But you know what? We're getting very, very close. We hit the post early on through Fernandez against Sassuolo this season. Cristante firing that one just a fraction wide of the woodwork. I believe that we're going to score our first free kick goal this season. I believe it's going to happen. Come on, boys. We can do it. We're getting close, though. Almost there. But in the end, just wide of the post. Regardless, 1-0 the final score. We get the 3 points. That means after 5 games, 5 wins out of 5, 100% record, and with the 6th game to come away against Monaco, it's totally meaningless for both sides. Monaco guaranteed second, we're guaranteed top, so we're into the knockout stage of the Champions League with a game to spare and atop the group as well, and in the league as well right now. 3 points clear of Milan in 2nd place and 5 clear of the holders Juventus. What a start to the season it's been for Roma. But that will end today's episode of Career Mode, guys. So big thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you did enjoy today's episode, then please drop a like. Much love to you. Have a fantastic day. And don't forget 1,000 likes for another 4 episodes of Career Mode this weekend. Let's get it done.